Hello friends, this is Dr. Shashi Agarwal. I welcome you all, hoping you all are enjoying the life and safe. Today our subject is financial management and the topic is capital budgeting. In this video, we are going to learn what is the meaning of capital budgeting and what are the features of capital budgeting. What is the scope of capital budgeting? What are the types of capital budgeting? What is the need and significance of the capital budgeting? What is the process and technique of the capital budgeting? Techniques we will be covering in our second video. This topic is relevant for the student of financial management. It is also relevant for CA Inter. It is also relevant for the student of UGC Net Commerce and Management. And if you find my video useful, then please like it, share it, and subscribe my channel Shashi Agarwal. So what is the meaning of capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is also known as an investment decision. It is also known as a capital expenditure planning, capital expenditure and analysis of the capital expenditure. Capital budgeting means planning for a capital asset. Like when we set up a business, we require two kinds of asset in our business. One is the fixed asset, which create productive capacity, which create earning capacity. So these assets require huge amount. And that decision has to be taken after lots of evaluation, because that what kind of fixed asset we are purchasing, what kind of earning capacity they are generating, the future of our business depends upon those decisions. And these are irreversible decisions. They cannot change because they involve a huge amount of money. So investment decisions are related to the long-term asset, which are called capital budget. And the second asset is the current asset. Like we have to invest in fixed asset, we have to invest in the long run for creating earning capacity, productive capacity. But for day-to-day running, we have to invest in the current asset, that is the working capital management. That we will do in the later part. So capital budgeting is the process of making investment decision in the capital expenditure. So what is the capital expenditure? The amount in fixed asset, the amount in the long-term asset today we are going to spend, but the benefit, its benefit will we enjoy for a longer duration. Capital budgeting means the planning for capital assets. Investment decisions are related to the long-term asset. Capital budget is the process of making investment decision in the capital expenditure. Investment decisions refer to the commitment of resources made in the hope of realizing benefit that we are going to have in long period. Today we are going to invest in the long-term assets. Today we are going to spend the money, but the benefit which we are going to enjoy for a longer duration. And when we invest in the long-term assets, it has to be evaluated. We have to find out the new and more profitable investment opportunities. We have to take into many factors before investing in the long-term assets. That has to be evaluated from the marketing angle, that has to be evaluated from the engineering angle, that we have to evaluate it from the technical angle. We have to establish the viability. Is it viable to invest in those assets? Under the capital budgeting, we take the decision whether we are going to invest, whether we are not going to invest. So what are the examples of the capital budgeting? Cost of acquisition of the permanent asset and building, plant and machinery, goodwill, cost of adding, cost of expansion. And if we are making some improvement in the existing fixed asset, like we are making some addition, like we are making additional, like we are constructing additional building, like we are adding the capacity of our machinery and making some improvement or alteration in the existing asset, that is also covered under capital budgeting. Cost of replacement of the permanent asset. With the passage of time, the permanent asset, they becomes the outdated. We have to replace with the modern assets. Research and development project cost. There are certain investment decisions where the benefit could not be directly quantified. Like in an organization, they want to set up a recreational room for their employees. That is a purely for the benefit of employees to improving their quality of life. So that benefit could not be quantified, and that will not be covered under capital budgeting. According to Charles T. Horngreen, capital budgeting is the long-term planning for making and financing a proposed capital outlay. Capital outlay means when we are making expenditure in the long-term assets. So capital budgeting is the long-term planning for making and financing. Financing means we have to arrange the funds. When we are investing in the long-term assets, when we are going to purchase the long-term assets, we have to make the arrangement for financing those proposed capital expenditure. Capital budgeting involves the planning of expenditure for asset, the return, which will be realized in future time period. So we could say capital budgeting is a formal process which is taken by the firm for evaluating. Evaluating means we are understanding the pro and con. Here we are evaluating the decision, what are the benefits and what are the disadvantages, and selecting a long-term investment that is in line with the goal of maximization of the wealth of the owner. The project proposal are strategic for business overall objective. So decision, the long-term asset, they are very important, they are very significant, they are strategic for business. So what is the nature of capital budgeting? Here we have to take a decision where efficiently allocation of capital, because we have a very limited funds. So it's a very important decision. Okay, we are allocating our capital, which is scarce, which is very limited, in the proper long-term assets, because it involves a decision to commit the firm's funds to the long-term assets. The investment decision of the firm are generally known as the capital budgeting decision. A capital budgeting decision may be defined as the firm's decision to invest its current funds, because under capital budgeting, if we are going to take a decision, we are going to invest in those long-term assets. Today, we are going to invest our current funds, and those investment of current funds has to be done very efficiently, because the benefit which we are going to cover in a longer period. The firm's investment decision would generally include expansion. Expansion means when we are expanding our business, when we are expanding our capacity. Earlier we have a 1 unit, now we are setting up 2 units. So in the related field, maybe more than that. Modernization means we are bringing the latest technology. Acquisition means buying the new assets. Replacement means the old assets are replaced with the new assets. A capital expenditure may be defined as expenditure, the benefit of which are expected to be received over a period of time that is exceeding 1 year. Expenditure is incurred at one point of time. Today we are going to spend, but the benefit we will take for a longer duration. And capital expenditure involve non-flexible, because once we committed the funds, it cannot be changed. So it's a non-flexible. Today we are going to invest, we are going to spend those funds, and the benefit which we will take for a longer duration. So what are the basic features of the capital budgeting? Current funds, they are exchanged for future benefits. Current funds are exchanged for future benefits, means today we are going to spend the money, and the benefit will be we will get in the future. So here we are going to invest in the long-term assets, and the future benefit to accrue to the firm over a number of years. So when we talk about the capital budgeting, the features are involving the exchange of current funds for the benefit that has to be achieved in future. Expenditure has to be done at a one point of time, but the benefit is taken for many years. Like at house, we purchase a car. Today we have to spend the money, but the benefit of car we will take for so many years. So here we are investing, the decision is non-flexible, and we are investing the money in the long-term activities. And these decisions, they will have the impact on our they will be effect on our profitability of the concern. and they will be involving huge funds. And this decision could not, like if I purchase a bread and the bread is not up to the mark, the taste of the bread is very poor, so that that does not matter because bread costs only 30 rupees. But when we talk about the capital budgeting, the investment in long-term asset is huge. So these are the irreversible decisions. And our future, our survival of business depends upon those investments. So what is the scope of the long-term investment decision? Like we are sale of division or business, that is also investment decision. Change in the method of sale distribution or an advertisement campaign or a research and development program having long-term implication for the firm's expenditure and benefit, that is also covered under the investment decision. Expenditure and benefit of investment should be measured in cash. So we use cash flow method, which is significant than the accounting profit, because the accounting profit does not include the depreciation. And depreciation we don't pay to anyone. So cash flow technique is more reliable, more preferable than the accounting profits. Investment decision affect the firm's value, and the firm's value will enhance the firm's value. Firm's value will enhance only when the investment is made on those assets which are profitable, and it will add value to the shareholders' wealth. Investment will add to the shareholders' wealth if it gets the benefit which are more than the opportunity cost of capital. So what are the components of the capital budget? Cash outflow, outlay, it means the expenditure, the amount to be invested in the project initially during the lifetime of the project. Like we are spending, we are taking the decision, we are going to set up the unit. So the investment in the building, investment in the plant and machinery, today we are going to spend, that is the cash outflow. Not only the cost of the asset is important, but other expenditure like the transportation, like we are bringing the machinery from, like we have purchased the machinery for Jabalpur. So we are bringing it to Bathinda. So it involves transportation cost, installation cost, working capital management. So what is cash? This was the cash outflow, which is going out of the business. We are spending on those long-term assets. So cash inflow, the expected benefit from the investment translated in monetary terms, and the benefit will be difference of estimated revenue to be earned and the estimated cost to be incurred during a future period of time. Cash inflow, the amount which is coming. So the net benefit which we are receiving, the expected benefit from the investment translated in monetary terms, and the benefit is the difference between the estimated revenue and the estimated cost. So the cutoff rate, the minimum rate of return, which the firm would expect to have for accepting a proposal, should be predetermined. Like we have to determine the project should generate minimum rate of return on the basis of which we are going to accept the proposal. Ranking of the proposal. Ranking of different investment proposal in order to that will be ranked according to some criteria so that the appropriate decision could be taken. Future is uncertain, so suitable steps should be taken for the assessment of the risk and uncertainty. So what is the need and significance of the capital budgeting? Capital budgeting decisions generally involve large investment of funds, but the funds available with the firm are limited. So it's very important for a firm to plan and control of capital expenditure. And it is the long-term commitment of the funds. It involves huge funds, but also funds they are required for the long term. So it increases the financial risk. If we are having more debt, so it will increase the financial risk because on the debt we have to make the payment of interest, whether we have profit or not, but we have to make a payment of interest. So it will increase the financial risk. And these decisions are irreversible. They could not be changed. Like I said, if I taken a wrong decision of buying a bread, that could be rectified. But if I taken a wrong decision of investing in the long-term asset, that could not be rectified because it involves a huge amount of funds. So it's irreversible. They cannot be rectified. And these decisions, they have a long-term effect on the profitability. And the long-term decision They are difficult because of high degree of risk and uncertainty, because the future we cannot predict accurately, and the future is always uncertain. Nature of the investment decision are important from the national angle, because it will create more employment, and it will enhance, because if it will generate more employment opportunity, and there will be increase in the economic activity, and it will lead to economic growth and prosperity of the nation. Capital, we have limited capital, so capital vesting decision involve whether we are going to invest or not to invest. So here we are evaluating the proposal. We are making a strategy how the project is going to benefit. So what are the limitations of the project, on the basis of which we are going to take the decision. Here we are going to spend the money today, but the benefit which we are going to drive for a longer duration. And this decision is very irreversible, and this is very complex decision, because it will have an impact on our future profitability, and the future is very uncertain. So what are the various types of the investment decision? Expansion and diversification. A company may add to its existing product line to expand existing operation. Like we are in the education business. So expansion means we are venturing into the related field. Diversification means when we are venturing into the related field, like we are education industry, but we are opening up a hotel industry. So it's a diversification. So it could be like the decision of expansion could be the related field, or it may be in the new business which is related to us, or it may be unrelated business. If a packaging manufacturing company invests in new plant and machinery to produce ball bearing, which the firm has not earlier manufactured, is a case of unrelated diversification. With unrelated diversification means, like we are in education industry and hotel industry, they are different field. So when we are entering into hotel industry, then it is an unrelated diversification. Like here, a packaging manufacturing company invests in new plant and machinery to produce ball bearing, which is totally not related with the packaging business. So it is a unrelated diversification. Replacement and modernization. The main objective is to improve the operating efficiency and reduce the cost. Cost saving will be because when we are replacing, when we are having new machinery with and outdated machinery will be out of the business, and when we are introducing latest technology in assets in the business, that is called modernization. And when we are introducing the new assets and the assets of latest technology, it will help us in saving our cost, and it will lead to increased profits. Replacement decision help to introduce more efficient and economical assets. Replacement decision that involves substantial modernization and technological improvement will also expand our revenue and reduce cost, and it will lead to increased profits. And what are the types of capital budgeting decision? Mutual exclusive investment. These are the competing, like we have to purchase one machinery, and there are 5 options, A, B, C, D, E. When we take the decision, we are going to buy A, the other automatically excluded. So these are called the mutually exclusive investment. They serve the same purpose and they compete with each other. If one investment is undertaken, and the other will have to be excluded. So what are the independent investment? They serve different purpose. They do not compete with each other. Like we have to invest in 3-4 projects, and they are not related to each other. So here we will be having some standard on the basis of which we are going to take the decision. Depending on their profitability and availability of funds, the company will undertake the investment decision. Contingent investment means the dependent projects. Like near Talwandi Sabo, they have set up the refinery project, and they have set up the refinery project. Now they will be setting up residential unit for the benefit of employees. They will be setting schools, they will be setting other facility, other infrastructure. So these are the contingent investment. They are the dependent projects. The choice of one investment necessitates the undertaking one or more other investments. Accept and reject decision. They are related to independent decision. Here we are taking to here we are accepting those decisions which are like we have fixed minimum return on investment. Those projects we are going to accept which will generate us more than 15, which will generate minimum 15%. So the project which will be generating 15% or more than that, those will be accepted, and which will be generating less than 15%, they will be rejected. In the cases of mutually exclusive decision also, here we take the project which will be giving us more benefit, that will be accepted, and with the which will be giving the least benefit, that will be rejected. Capital rationing decision may here, because we have a limited capital, so we have to take the decision. These are our budget. So we will be having many proposals, but limited funds, the firm has to ration. It has to select the combination of the proposal that will give the greatest profitability. So overall objective is to maximize the profitability of investment. Cash achieved either, overall objective can be achieved either by increasing the revenue or reducing the cost. So here we have to take the decision which will increase the revenue or which will reduce our cost. And those which increase the revenue, that is called the expansion. Those which reduce the cost, that is called replacement. So what is the process of capital budgeting? Here we have to identify the investment proposal. The idea may come from the top management. It may come from the lower level, the departmental head. When the idea is handed over to the departmental head, he will analyze the idea and it will be submitted to the capital expenditure planning committee. And the capital expenditure planning committee will screen the proposal. It will see the viability. It will check the proposal from various angles. And then we are having traditional method as well as the modern method. On the basis of the project will be evaluated. Various proposals, they will be ranked after considering the urgency, risk, and profitability. And the final decision will be taken. And the proposal that will be the decision, like we have taken the decision, we are going to invest in these kinds of projects. So those decision will be implemented, and then there will be checking of whether we have taken the right decision or not. Project cash flow, project cash outflow, which is going out of the business, project cash flow, which is coming in the business, like we are. So capital outflow means investment in fixed assets. When we're making investment in the fixed asset, we have to make an arrangement for the working capital also, because we have to make investment in the cash and cash and bank and the current assets also. So here, like we have to spend on material cost, labor cost, rent and repair also. So revenue cash inflow means like when we are selling the things, the amount which we are receiving, the royalty income, commission income, services charges and fees. And terminal value, when the project is ended, we recover from the sale of fixed asset. And we also recover the working capital at the termination of the project. So these are the techniques, traditional techniques: payback, discounted payback, accounting rate of return, discounted cash flow, net present value method, internal rate of return method, profitability index method, which we are going to cover in the next video.